uploading it and comparing it.
But now, Mr. Gupta, if
Yes.
you go back to now para 335 at PDF 298,
Yes, ma'am.
where the court sums up what it has found.
Yes.
Let's just read para 335 at page 298. This is
Yes.
your the evidence placed before us have established the following illegalities in the selection process.
Right, Milord.
Now,
335.
Yeah, just read.
I am going to place this, Milord. The evidence placed before us has established the following illegalities in the selection process. SSC has appointed an agency, NISA, for the purpose of scanning and evaluating OMR sheets by a closed-door tender process in violation of 14 and 16 of the Constitution of India. Answer is no, because Article 14 and 16, your lordships have said, allows limited tender process. The judgment, Milord, and there are several.
How many bidders were there?
Milord, there were 4 bidders.
So why did you not issue a proper tender? You're dealing with something as sensitive as the appointments to the SSC.
Milord, your lordship may, Milord, your lordship may come to that conclusion. I'm not saying. Today we are arguing for notice. It has not been considered. The court says closed door. There is, Milord, a legal concept which is missing in this analysis, and that is of a limited tender. A limited tender, Milord.
Let's first read
Yes,
the whole para.
right. I'm just answering as I go along, Milord. If your lordships will permit. Otherwise, I'll read first and then.
That's okay.
Yes. Number 2 is, Milord, such agency has engaged another agency, namely data scan to scan. I mean, this is not illegal, and we are not aware. They are getting their job done. They have not.
Surely the Staff Selection Commission must introduce a condition that you will not hand over this to somebody else.
No, Milord.
Because these are matters of confidence, of trust.
Most certainly it is a matter of confidence.
You have to say that, look, you will do it yourself, otherwise don't bid for the project.
Milord,
The fact that you did not prevent outsourcing shows
Yes.
that you had just turned a blind eye to
No,
the whole
I'm not-
sanctity of the
Milord,
process.
Milord, no, this is not a case of somebody coming and saying, I'm introducing a new person. This is, Milord, nice doing its job, and I am not, Milord, aware that there is another organization which has got involved in it. This didn't come to our attention till the matter was going on. So
Okay.
therefore, Milord, as far as we are concerned, Milord, nice executives were in our office doing the scanning. Milord, now
Now just think, we'll continue 3, 4 and 5. We'll just...
and now 3. Although scanning was done at the office premises of SSC, it is claimed that SSC has never engaged data scan tech. Naturally, Milord, we are saying the data scanning was done by NICE. Now, NICE says that the actual operative...
But when data scan takes employees enter your office, surely you know that somebody else is entering my office to do the scan.
Not disclosed, Milord, not disclosed.
But if your staff is there, your staff is supervisory. For instance, we have scanning agencies in the Supreme Court.
Yes, ma'am.
That scanning agencies, people come here for the purpose of scanning. If they induct somebody else, it's our responsibility to know if there's a third party which is entering into our premises.
Yes.
Because our supervisory control, our officers are doing the supervisory control over who is the authorized agency who is entitled to do the...
Milord, I'm very sorry, Milord. No third party is entering.
Our staff cannot say, well, I don't know who else came in. Because you have...
I know who came in. They came in as NICE employees. There is no indication that the person concerned was somebody else and not NICE. That's not meant to be, Milord, a pun. Now, Milord, Milord, data scan, Milord, in my respectful submission is a red herring because the work is given to
Let's
NICE.
see what follows.
Yes,
What?
right, Milord.
SSC
4. SSC has destroyed the original OMR sheet ostensibly with scanned mirror image thereof being preserved in its server. Now, Milord, destroy in accordance with rules, Milord, we say.
All right.
Your Lordship may consider that. That's all. CBI did not find any scanned mirror image in the server of SSC. That is true. Because, Milord, we relied on, Milord, the person and the NICE gave us the data at all times. Even today, Milord, NICE is giving the data. Whether, Milord, it is from an ex-employee, whether it is covered by a 65B certificate, all those are questions. But, Milord, the data which the CBI is using, which I am using, all that data has actually come from NICE. Now, Milord, C6, OMR sheets have been destroyed without scan. So, Milord, therefore, there is no...
Now, when you destroyed the OMR sheet,
Yes.
it was the Staff Selection Commission's duty to ensure that the mirror images are preserved in the server.
So, Milord, if the...
Now, there is no mirror image in the server at all.
So, Milord...
So, because your case is that, look, I was duty bound to destroy it after a certain stipulated period.
Lord.
But equally, it is your responsibility as the SSC to keep the images, the scanned images in the server.
My lord, fair enough, my lord. The question that your
Are
lord,
they not being preserved in the server?
but my lord, it is being preserved
Where?
in NICE.
No, but CBI doesn't find it in
No.
your server.
No. The digital information is to be preserved.
But in your server.
Now it is not being found in my server, but it is found, my lord, where it was taken.
But it's worse because NICE at the highest is only an outsourcing agency. Imagine your entire data is now found in the server of an outsourcing agency.
So now, my lord, would your lordship,
Can there be a greater breach of security protocols?
my lord, would this be enough, my lord, to set aside, my lord, the employment of 25,000 people is the question. Now, these three paragraphs, my lord, are actually one point itself. One point.
Then of the whole process.
So if CBI is proceeding on that basis, CBI is taking that data only to prosecute.
Now, if these were destroyed,
Yes.
look at 7.
Yes, ma'am.
SSC had provided scanned OMR sheets to RTI applicants in the year 2018 till 2020.
Nice, my lord, from NICE. From NICE.
So that means you knew that the entire data was maintained with NICE.
Of course I did. Not data scan. It was not maintained with data scan. It was maintained with NICE.
What was maintained with NICE?
The data, the entire data, digital OMR data.
But how can that means that you are the statutory body? You allow the entire scanned data to be maintained by an outsourcing agency. It's only a labor provider to do the scanning.
But today, my lord, that very data is being used in a prosecution. So, my lord, then
Maybe, but today we are looking at your breach of your statutory.
But my lord, your lordship may look at my breach.
Yeah.
I am only going to show your lordship, my lord, what is the actual
You can't say that, look, NICE took it away.
My lord,
You are responsible for maintaining it. It is people's data. It is people's data.
please don't misunderstand. I am not, my lord, blaming NICE. I am not blaming NICE. I am even accepting, my lord, that without a 65B or not.
Now see what follows.
Well, just-
Appointments higher than the declared.
My lord, if I may just add one thing here, my lord. My lord, if I may just add one thing, my lord. This very data,
In
Let-
7, they say,
I'm not-
SSC,
I'm not running away from a single clause. Just let me finish this submission, my lord.
yeah.
That the very data that is being used by this court in this judgment and the data which will be used in the prosecution by CBI has completed its investigation. It has said so to the court that we have completed the investigation. Charge sheets have been filed. Now, my lord, that is going on. Now, question is, my lord, this very data is going to be looked at for both the purpose of this judgment and that. So, my lord, the authenticity of this data is not going to be under challenge.
Now see 7.
Yes, now 7. SSC has provided scanned OMR sheet to RTI applicants claiming that such was from the database, although CBI did not find.
So
We are saying
you have responded to RTI queries
Yes.
saying this is from my database.
No, I don't know whether it said mine.
Yes.
Just said database.
No, from your database. And now it's come to light that this is not in your database at all. That means what you were saying to RTI applicants that, look, this is in my database.
So,
That is incorrect. Look at the Staff Selections Commission's modalities of conducting it, Mr.
my lord, it may be, my lord. It may be, but that same very data is being relied upon. Today, this judgment would go if you take away that data. It will have to be set aside. Because, my lord, in one chapter,
There is no data at all.
suppose there isn't, my lord. Suppose there isn't. Then what will happen to this judgment?
But then the appointments have to go.
My lord,
Because either you have the data.
yes.
If you don't have any data, we understand that OMR sheets in the physical form, you can't maintain
Yes.
them in eternity.
Yes.
But then two things. You are duty bound to maintain the underlying documents in a digitized form.
Yes.
Because now today with digitization, it obviates the requirement of all that storage and everything.
True.
Now you say that, look, I don't even have you provide RTI responses
All I
saying
have-
this is from my database. Now it's obvious that there is no data in your database.
All right, my lord.
That
My lord, all I'm saying is, my lord, That I
NICE
am
is
saying.
the only agency.
All right.
NICE appoints data fintech.
No, my lord.
You are unaware of the fact that your service provider has further subcontracted the service to somebody else.
My lord,
Surely
your
you have to
lordship
keep.
may hold us.
You have to keep supervisory
My lord,
control.
Very well, my lord. I am not, my lord, on that. I am saying that the very same data which your lordships, my lord, are doubting is the basis for the CBI prosecution and this judgment. So if your lordships, my lord, are not to look into that data, my lord, then this whole judgment has to change. It may still lead to, my lord, investigation, but it cannot be, my lord, what is happening now.
Now, appointments
Yes, my lord,
higher than the declared vacancies have been given in respect of all four categories.
Appointments higher than the declared vacancy have been given in respect of all four categories.
Appointments given to persons who are not even in the panel.
Yes.
Appointments given to persons who submitted blank OMR sheets.
Yes.
Appointments given to persons after expiry of the panel.
Yes, ma'am.
Persons placed lower in rank had been given appointment in reference to persons placed higher in rank in the merit list.
Yes.
Merit list containing marks obtained by respective candidates have never been published.
Yes.
Counselling had been held subsequent to the expiry of the panel.
Yes, ma'am.
Total beneficiaries of the illegalities are yet to be identified and rendered improbable given the stand of SSC board in the state. SSC had applied for permission to create supernumerary posts to accommodate the illegal appointees, and recruitment rules governing the four categories had never been adhered to either in letter or...
No, that last one is a conclusion.
That's it.
Now, my lord, I have made a chart. We have exact data as to which category which appointment falls into. And my lord, we are not defending. We are not defending appointments which have jumped the list. We are not defending those appointments which have come outside the panel. We are not. We are saying, my lord, that the 16,000 of this 24,000, 19,000 of this 24,000 are not tarnished by any of these clauses. And it is very easy to demonstrate it. It is very easy to demonstrate. We have prepared the chart. The chart will show, my lord, that out of this 24,000, 19,000 were appointed from existing merit lists in accordance with the merit list, within vacancy, within time, everything. And my lord, we were the ones who came forward and gave that data to the court, saying that these are not certain my lord, appointments cannot be justified.
So according to 19,000 are within the merit list.
At least, my lord, that is our rough, my lord, estimate at this point of time. And we told the court that we are prepared to do this exercise all over again. Please see one paragraph only of the judgment, my lord. My lord, page 99. I think your lordships are looking at another SLP, but I am on, my lord, paragraph 33. My pagination, because I'm in 10.1, may not match, my lord. But look at 33. In fact, my lord, I'm sorry.
Page 124 above.
124 PDF.
বলেছি ফাইনালি পৌঁছতে পারবো।
how do you displace these findings, Mr. Gupta?
Milord, I am not displacing all those 4 categories, Milord. I have segregated now.
I look at it's a systemic fraud.
Milord, just look at the directions then, Milord.
Systemic
Is this
fraud.
fair? Look at the directions now, Milord.
And ultimately, Mr. Gupta, what happens is this.
Yes, Milord.
Today, public jobs are so scarce
Yes, Milord.
and so valued
Yes.
that if the faith of the community in public employment goes,
Yes.
then nothing remains. Because today, public jobs and public employment is extremely valued.
Yes.
It's a source of social mobility for people coming in from the lower strata.
Yes.
People only aspire that, all right, my daughter and my son will get a government job. If this is the way, we are virtually purloining public employment. What remains in the system?
But Milord, your lordships have said,
How do you displace these findings?
Milord, your lordships have said so in several judgments that if it is possible to segregate, we will not set aside the panel. I'll just show your lordship just 2, Milord. One is your own judgment.
Where I think Madhu Diwan had appeared.
Yes. And I'll show you, lordship, one other paragraph, Milord, from another judgment of the same year, 2021, which says
But
that even if...
interestingly, that was a case where the entire process was set aside.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
But here, your lordships have also had occasion to say that even if there is a small possibility that it is possible to segregate, we will explore that possibility. Because on the one hand, what your lordship is saying is right, that people, Milord, have an expectation of public employment. On the other hand, Milord, these very persons will be on the street.
But you have nothing to show that this is the data which I have maintained.
Milord, I'm sorry, Milord, if this
Where
data
you
is
have,
to be...
what you have within your system, any traceable record to show that this is the data I have maintained.
Milord, the prior chairman of this organization is being prosecuted on the basis of that data. Surely, Milord, if your lordships were to cast doubt on that data, then no criminal prosecution can be based on it. Milord, let us, Milord, proceed on the basis. As far as I am concerned, my learned friends may have some other argument, but let us proceed on the basis that the digital data which the CBI has obtained is going to be relied upon. It is another thing that it has come from the custody of the outsourced person. But it is being relied upon by a law court.
All right. Anything
In
else?
para 30,
We'll have to hear the others also.
yes, Milord, I'm just give me 2 minutes, Milord. In para 33, we have said that we can do the job again. So, Milord, it is not correct to say that we did not offer to do it again. Para 33 has recorded it. The second point is, Milord, para 240 is the only statistical analysis of page 229 PDF, para 240 of item 10.1.
229.
229, yes, Milord. Paragraph is 240 of the judgment.
1 second. That is the wrong.
No, that is because, Milord, your lordship probably has 10.
240 PDF. 240 PDF. 240.
Para 240, Milord. Page 229 is in 10.1. 240, yes. Now see, Milord,
Para 239. Para 240.
240 is a chart. Milord, I'm showing it, Milord. Why is my learned friend getting agitated? Milord, just see, Milord. Alleged irregularities in percentage, 8.5 for assistant teachers of 9 and 10, 14.7 for 11, 12. The other two are very high. Now, the problem with this order is, Milord, to bunch and put everybody in the same basket. Second proposition, Milord, this is the data taken from, Milord, the CBI record. Now, are we to rely upon it or are we not to rely upon it? Milord? That's the question before your lordship. If we can rely upon it, Milord, segregation is possible. If we are not to rely upon it, then, Milord, there is difficulty.
Yeah.
But then, Milord, the judgment doesn't stand. Some other recourse has to be sought, Milord. Even then, Milord, your lordship will have to go into the question. Well, just 2 more points, my lord. I'll sit down. My lord, চারটা দিন। না, না। Very important point, my lord. This segregation has to be done inevitably even under these directions. Just look at direction number 4. Of course, my lord, we are submitting that this is an unfair order. Even if, my lord, everything is correct, it is still unfair to say give back the money which you earned by teaching. But see 4. Persons who have been appointed outside the panel after expiry of the panel, as also those who submitted blank OMR sheets but obtained appointments, must return remuneration with interest. With interest. So only 3 categories have to remand it, give it back, refund. So the segregation has to be done. And upon segregation, there will be a large group of people who are not required to give up the fund, the payment. Now they will be faced with a situation that they have lost a job, but they are not held responsible. My lord, 2 more things, my lord, I'll sit down. Now, my lord, this 8th direction or the 7th direction, 8th direction your lordship has already stayed. The 7th direction, further investigation by CBI in respect of all the 4 cases, meaning the 4 categories. My lord, on 9th of January 2024, a comprehensive report was given by CBI saying that they have completed inquiry, investigation. And final charge sheet has been filed. Now, my lord, by what process, my lord, can the writ court say you reopen that investigation now? My lord, that statement by the CBI, my lord, is contained in 9/1/2024, page 743 PDF of, my lord, item 10.1. I've run out of time. last submission. Yesterday, my lord, we have sat and found out various categories. As I told your lordship, my lord, the categories include those who have been recommended as per merit list and some who have been appointed pursuant to orders of court. So these two categories, my lord, should not be, my lord, subjected to, my lord, this cancellation is our submission.
Yes.
Secondly, my lord, as far as the period of the merit list, validity of the merit list, my lord, that we wish to defend. Because, my lord, there are, in some cases there are rules, in other cases there are executive orders for stated reasons. We wish to defend that beyond the period.
Yes.
We do not wish to defend, and we wish to segregate persons whose OMR data, digital data, does not match our server.
Yes.
We do not wish to defend persons who were appointed from the waiting list, not in accordance with rank. Rank jumping is the phrase, my lord, used here. Summarizing.
Yes.
We do not wish to, my lord, support anybody who is not in the panel and has got appointment.
Yes.
And, my lord, there are some people who have been appointed without our recommendation at all. Those also, my lord, we are not defending.
Yes.
My lord, I'll just give your lordship the judgments. Your lordships are aware. 2021, 4 SCC 631 is your lordship's judgment. 4 SCC page 631, paragraphs 35 and 55.
Yes.
And 2021, 7 SCC 613, 7 SCC 613, paragraph 73.
Yes.
Which says, my lord, that if it is even possible, then one should prefer to segregate rather than cancel the whole. So, my lord, this is my submission.
Yes, Mr. Ranjit.
Something shocking has come, sir.
Lord, may I please be excused, my lord? If your lordship requires, my lord, I'll come back.
SSC.
Lords, I appear with Mr. Ghosh for the West Bengal Board, my lords. The Board of Secondary Education.
That's
Yes.
My lords, we are the ultimate beneficiaries of the process because we get staff entirely through the Staff Selection Commission. And whatever they recommend or whoever they recommend, we normally appoint. Today, in the state of West Bengal, I believe there are about 132,000 teachers. And this judgment affects about 17,000 of them, at least. Almost 18,000, I'm told. So that, my lords, is almost 1/6, because this also is a specific category of teachers from the 9th standard onwards. My lords, there is nothing in this judgment about great irregularities on our part, so there is nothing that I wish to open further. I would join in the request made by council before me, my lords, that where segregation is possible, in the interest of continuing education, and also in the interest of the state, that it should have reasonably trained students, teachers. So
bear that in mind.
they have had 6 years of experience. Now, what will happen, my lords? If these people, if we lose a whole chunk or a whole generation in between, we will not have senior headmasters, we will not have senior examiners at a later stage. Right?
I will bear that in mind. The
Yes,
DG
ma'am.
consideration will bear. Thank you, Mr. Agri.
Yes, sir.
Say, your lordships will also bear in mind the fact that many of these people did not get any notice. Those, only those where there were specific allegations, they came to court, they had notice. But it was not as if there was a general notice.
Thank you, Mr. Agri. Yes, Mr.
Yes, just one more request, my lords. And this is what sometimes, my lords, when there is a headache, you don't cut off your entire head. That's the argument.
All right. Yes, Mr. Andrew.
Very conveniently in restaurants.
Lord, our case is slightly sui generis, Lord, if I may use that expression. For this reason, that we were people who were working from 99, 2007, 2011, 2001. What had happened, Lord, just let me explain. There was earlier a zonal system of appointment of assistant teachers. So the zones were such, Lord, the rules were that if you are in one zone, you can't be transferred. So many of these assistant teachers were far away from their homes, not in the big state of West Bengal. So they got an opportunity in 2016 by this advertisement that they could participate in the selection process. Now by this participation, quite a few of them have been able to get appointment or posting in a place which is near, because now it has become centralized. From 2016, the whole process became centralized for the entire state. So therefore, because the entire state became one, so persons wanted to take a try that if I can be near assistant teachers as they are. So these are persons who sat, they were given no objection to sit for the examination, they sat for the examination, they were found successful, and thereafter they were appointed, they were given continuity of service, their pay was protected, and their service books remained the same. Now we got notice of this,
How many of
we are 367 persons,
Who were appointed since?
So we placed a chart, at page number 733
Of?
17. Item 17.6. Item 17.6, The chart is at page 733 of all the below PDF. 733 is of all the 367 people. One person is due to retire next year, my lord, in fact.
17.6. मेरे पास तो है ही नहीं 17.6.
17.6. The name is Atanu Chaudhary.
Annexure P40.
Annexure, my lord, it's P42, my lord. P42.
First name is
P40, I'm obliged. Sorry, my lord, it is P40.
first name is Atanu
Yes,
Chaudhary,
Atanu Chaudhary, my lord.
and the internal page is 733.
766, my lord. 733. Yes, my lord.
Right.
877.
Okay.
Yes, my lord. Much obliged. Much obliged. So the first name, if your lordship just have a look. He was first person was appointed on 11/10/2007 in the 5th column, my lord. Your lordship will find first date of joining service 11/10/2007 in Purulia. That was the first district as per the zone. Now he has joined again on 26/9/2018 in Hooghly. And his permanent address, if your lordship see the 4th column, was, my lord, in Chandan Nagar, Hooghly. So they were given permission to participate. They left their lien and the old job, and that they have forgone that job. They have joined here and they have been working since then for the last 6 years. If your lordships were to see, there are 2 examples.
Which is your SLP?
My lord, my SLP number is 17.6. It is, my lord. My lord, I have an 20729 of 24. 20,729 of 24 is my SLP number, diary number. SLP.
Covers totally 367 persons,
367%.
where they were appointed earlier, much prior to this 270. They participated in this and they were given continuity of service.
744 is somebody who was appointed in 1999. 744 I have given that, shown that, I can show that example. And serial number 131. And he is due to retire next year. So he was appointed, my lord, on 8/3/1999. And he is due to retire now. So, my lord, these are, I am representing those set. Now, my lord, we got notice of this in November 23 before the High Court. We filed 2 applications before the High Court. That applications are taken note of, but no orders are passed. If your lordship would like to see that paragraph, it is in paragraph, my lord, page 154, paragraph number, my lord, 108. This is all that is stated. We have got attached the copies of these applications also, with ours especially. But I am showing this paragraph of the judgment from the main first paper, the State of West Bengal paper.
Yes.
So they only note that these applications have been filed. Applicant CA number 23 and 24 was ours. And if your lordship would like to see the particular application, I have put them in my SLP.
Mr. Shubhro Prakash Lahiri.
Lordship, please. Shubhro Prakash Lahiri was our advocate there. We got notice, my Lord, your Lordship will see the third last line of that para. That notice was December 6, 2023.
But you never said that, well, if this is cancelled, allow us to retain our lien on our earlier employment.
So, my Lord, I am putting it this way, my Lord.
Your case was of segregation.
Yes, and I am nowhere in any CBI list. In any list, my Lord, I am not there. I have been given continuity.
That will come back after lunch.
Please, my Lord. Much obliged.
There was never.
Notes that gaming matters 8 and 20. Total Council has also sent an email. Mr. Venkatraman is here. We're wondering if you can take it in July.
We've
Okay.
requested for a 15 July day.
Well, that because today we won't be able to.
Yeah, today unlikely.
We've sent an email requesting the date also.
So 8 and 20 needs to be formally tagged with item 8. And then
But 15th is a Monday.
Yes, my lords. Yes, because there are some, if it can be at least kept that day.
any date.
then-
Your Lord.
Well, I will keep it on the 15th and then we can
Yeah, very
find a date and get it.
That's what we'll do.
Grateful.
Grateful.